The Trump administration's approach to deportation has shown significant progress and effectiveness, especially as we move further into 2025. The aggressive stance taken towards enforcing immigration laws, coupled with the strategic operations carried out by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE), has resulted in a clear reduction of illegal immigration and enhanced border security. In recent weeks, ICE operations in various cities across the U.S. have yielded impressive results. These initiatives align with the promises made by the administration to take firm action against illegal immigration and criminal activity associated with it. Since the beginning of the year, the Trump administration has made substantial strides in executing its immigration agenda, which includes not only increasing deportations but also focusing on removing individuals who pose a threat to public safety. A recent ICE operation in New York City led to the arrest of 133 individuals, including 20 individuals with criminal records and 3 convicted murderers. This operation is a part of the broader effort that has seen over 100,000 deportations since January. The overall strategy behind these operations emphasizes swift action, targeting those who have overstayed their visas, entered the country illegally, or committed crimes while residing in the U.S. These enforcement actions signal the administration's resolve to ensure that immigration laws are upheld without compromise. While such actions have been lauded by many as necessary for protecting American communities, they have also faced significant opposition, particularly from activist groups and legal challenges. Nevertheless, the success of these operations demonstrates that the administration is succeeding in its mission to enforce immigration laws while minimizing disruptions to the lives of law-abiding citizens. The remarkable results of these operations illustrate that, despite the challenges faced by the administration, it remains committed to upholding the law and safeguarding American sovereignty. This dedication has led to tangible outcomes, where the nation is witnessing fewer illegal immigrants remaining in the country and more individuals with criminal baccalaureate being removed from communities. This ongoing operation paints a clear picture of the government's dedication to prioritizing public safety and enforcing immigration laws. 2. Recent ICE operations. The recent ICE operation in New York serves as a testament to the growing impact of the administration's immigration enforcement efforts. In this particular operation, ICE agents made 133 arrests, which included individuals with criminal baccalaureate. These included 20 individuals who had previously been involved in criminal activity and, notably, 3 convicted murderers who had entered the country illegally or overstayed their visas. This operation is part of a broader series of enforcement actions undertaken by the government in 2025 that have already resulted in over 100,000 deportations since January. The scale and impact of these operations highlight the Trump administration's commitment to cracking down on illegal immigration while focusing on individuals who represent a threat to American citizens. While deportations have historically been an ongoing challenge, the Trump administration has focused on streamlining the process and prioritizing individuals who have committed serious crimes, rather than simply targeting all undocumented immigrants. This change in approach allows ICE to target the most dangerous individuals while ensuring that immigration enforcement is more effective and safer for law enforcement officers and citizens alike. This shift has been reflected in the targeting of individuals involved in criminal activities, particularly gang members who have been involved in violent crimes. The arrest of 3 convicted murderers in this operation sends a clear message to both potential criminals and the public that the administration is committed to removing dangerous individuals from the streets. With these enforcement measures, the administration is sending a signal that the safety and security of American citizens come first, and illegal immigrants with criminal records will face significant consequences. Additionally, the use of ICE in New York is just one example of the broader scope of operations happening across the country. These operations are carefully coordinated to identify and apprehend individuals who represent a risk to public safety, while also deporting those who have overstayed their visas or entered the country illegally. The sheer number of arrests, paired with the fact that ICE has deported over 100,000 individuals since the start of the year, shows that the administration's enforcement strategy is not only ambitious but highly effective. 3. Opposition and legal challenges. Despite the notable success of ICE operations, they have not been without opposition. As expected, various groups, including activist organizations and legal advocates, have voiced strong disapproval of the administration's aggressive approach to immigration enforcement. The most notable challenge has come from within the legal system, where activist judges have been able to halt or delay some of the deportation operations. One such instance involved a U.S. district judge ordering the return of Kilmer Abrego Garcia, who had been deported to El Salvador due to what officials described as an administrative error. This legal decision, which called for Garcia's return to the U.S., has raised concerns about the role of the judiciary in influencing immigration policy. The administration has contested the ruling, appealing the decision and challenging whether the court has the authority to dictate international deportation matters. This case is an example of how the judicial branch may become an obstacle for the executive branch when it comes to enforcing immigration laws. It underscores the broader concerns about potential overreach by activist judges, especially when it comes to the enforcement of laws designed to protect the citizens and secure the borders. Complicating this issue further is the growing scrutiny around the personal and professional connections of some of these judges. For instance, Judge James Boasberg, who presided over Garcia's case, has faced criticism due to his daughter's affiliation with an organization that opposes the administration's immigration policies. This connection has sparked concerns about impartiality, with critics arguing that such conflicts of interest could undermine the integrity of judicial proceedings. While these legal challenges are ongoing, they have become a central aspect of the debate surrounding deportation policies. Activists claim that deportation operations disproportionately impact vulnerable communities, particularly those that have been in the U.S. for extended periods and have established families. The administration, however, argues that its focus is on public safety and that deportations should be prioritized for individuals with criminal baccalaureate rounds, particularly those who have entered the country illegally or overstayed their visas. 4. Diplomatic progress. Despite domestic opposition, the Trump administration has made significant strides in international diplomacy regarding deportations. Guatemala, one of the countries most affected by ICE's deportation policies, has agreed to increase its acceptance of deportation flights by 40%. This agreement, which was secured through negotiations with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, is a crucial step in ensuring that deportations proceed smoothly and that the U.S. has the necessary international support to manage its immigration policies effectively. This diplomatic breakthrough highlights the importance of international cooperation in tackling the global issue of illegal immigration. By securing agreements with countries like Guatemala, the Trump administration can more efficiently remove individuals who have illegally entered the U.S. or overstayed their visas. Guatemala's increased acceptance of deportation flights provides the U.S. with more options for deporting individuals back to their home countries, which ultimately helps ease the burden on border enforcement agencies. The Guatemala deal also serves as a model for how other nations can cooperate with the U.S. on immigration matters. By working together, the U.S. and Guatemala can streamline the deportation process, making it faster and more efficient. This cooperation not only benefits the U.S. by removing individuals who have entered the country illegally, but also helps Guatemala by addressing the issue of illegal immigration from its own country. The agreement is a win-win for both nations and serves as a reminder of the importance of diplomacy and collaboration in managing complex immigration challenges. I will continue with the rest of the outline in the next message. 5. Public safety focus. The administration's immigration policy has increasingly focused on ensuring public safety by prioritizing the removal of individuals who pose a danger to American citizens. This strategy is particularly evident in the recent deportations of individuals associated with criminal activities, including gang members like M13. These gangs have been responsible for numerous violent crimes, including murder, assault, and trafficking. The arrest and deportation of MS-13 members connected to brutal murders in Florida emphasize the government's commitment to removing dangerous individuals who have exploited the country's immigration system. The U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi voiced the administration's firm stance on removing criminal elements by stating that gang members should self-deport as law enforcement was coming for them. This rhetoric reflects the broader philosophy that the safety of law-abiding American citizens is paramount and that immigration enforcement efforts should prioritize those who have committed serious crimes or pose a threat to public order. The removal of gang members, particularly those responsible for heinous acts, not only enhances public safety but also demonstrates the administration's zero-tolerance policy for crime. These operations reflect a broader trend in law enforcement where immigration enforcement is seen as a tool for improving community safety. Critics of the administration argue that this approach unfairly targets certain communities and exacerbates existing racial or ethnic tensions. However, proponents of these policies argue that removing dangerous criminals, regardless of their immigration status, is in the best interest of society as a whole. By focusing on criminal offenders, the administration seeks to make communities safer while sending a clear message that illegal activities will not be tolerated. Furthermore, public support for such policies remains strong. Polling data consistently shows that a majority of Americans support enhanced deportation measures, particularly when it comes to removing individuals who have entered the country illegally or committed criminal offenses. The policy of prioritizing the deportation of criminal offenders is not only supported by law enforcement agencies, but also resonates with many American voters who see it as a necessary step to preserve the rule of law and maintain public safety. 6. Protests and opposition. While the Trump administration's deportation policies have garnered significant public support, they have also sparked widespread protests. These demonstrations are often organized by activist groups and individuals who oppose the deportation of undocumented immigrants. For instance, protests erupted in Los Angeles, where demonstrators temporarily blocked the Hollywood freeway in an effort to disrupt the deportation operations and call attention to what they consider an unjust immigration system. These protests highlight the growing divide in American society regarding immigration issues. On one side, there are those who argue that the administration's policies are necessary for ensuring national security and protecting American jobs, while on the other side, there are those who believe that the policies are inhumane and disproportionately target vulnerable communities. The protests reflect the moral and political tensions surrounding immigration reform and the role of the U.S. in offering refuge to individuals fleeing violence or persecution in their home countries. Despite the opposition, the administration has continued to push forward with its deportation efforts. The protests, while notable, have not been able to halt the momentum of these operations. The administration remains steadfast in its belief that enhanced deportation efforts, particularly those focused on criminals, are necessary to protect the public and restore respect for immigration laws. In some cases, protests have even intensified the public debate over immigration, prompting further discussions on how to balance enforcement with compassion. Polling data continues to show that, while protests have